What's up, guys? Time to show off another build today. This is a full Cerakote Iron Man build. This is a Iron Man just slightly different than the ones I've done before. This was the like almost Aztec-y style superhero version with Iron Man in the center. You got vintage Captain America up there, and Deadpool down the bottom. Let me look in real life, see if I can. Man, it almost have to zoom. Those are the ones you can tell pretty easily. But I was trying to see if I can notice anything off, because like these sides, there's just duplication over here. But I'd pull up the original art. I don't remember where that was, because this is kind of old. I found one of these. They made these like silver coins, and we took the imagery from the coin and made it into a dial. So, but you got your Iron Man here in the center. This is done in antique silver and titanium. So your antique silver obviously is this silver color that you've got here on the sides of the watch, on the case back, on the clasp, and then you've got your titanium. This is that's actually black right there, because across here is actually in a matte black. But titanium, the case itself is done in titanium, obviously just the upper portions of it, and then the bezel itself done in titanium. Set of Vostok 24 black hands in there, Iron Man engraved case back and clasp. And that's the build. Automatic movement inside here. You just can't see it. There's a rotor in the back. Bezel on this is nice and tight. You can move it, but it is a tension ring bezel. So it is held on with tension, and then the extra layers of Cerakote really have that kind of locked in there. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, wear it, put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, getting that rotor moving around, make sure you wind it just a little bit. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads till you hear it and feel it clicking. You feel a little bit of play in it as well. At that point you can wind, and a wind is a turn that way. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing. Make sure you're not threading it back onto the crown by just going back and forth. So if you do that for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with the rotor movement in the back will keep your time throughout the day. But if you're going to be driving or at a desk and you know that, it could lose time on you at some point, just go ahead and do it for a little while longer. You've got a 31-hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it. It has a slipping mainspring, so once it's fully wound, you won't know that, but it won't be putting any more input into that mainspring. So when you're good with your winding, you're going to pull it to the 1 and only click, and you can now set your time. Does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. Okay, Google, what time is it? 12 p.m. You also notice you've got a wobble crown in here. Just deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure on the keyless works or the movement. So when you're good, you're going to push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. And that is your build. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. This is also going to come in an Iron Man box. So come with watch cleaner. This is a foamer, good on all glass and metal parts, so everything on this watch. You'll also have microfiber. This will come with watch. This is a scratch remover for your acrylic glass, because you can scratch it. It's basically Polywatch, just it's Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged, but it's basically Polywatch for that glass. If you ever feel that it's scratched, or not if you feel, if you ever see that it's scratched, put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your included and color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right, filling that scratch. Haze it, buff it out. If it's still there, revisit it a little while later after that cures. It won't take very long. If you scratch the Cerakote, that's completely different. That's like scratching your car. If it's just a little light surface scratch, you can kind of restore that clear coat-esque feel to it using some gun oil. If you're down to the silver all the way down under, you're done. So it would have to be re-cerakoted. So don't do that. The cerakoting process is fairly expensive. This is about $150 once it's all torn down to have it cerakoted with my guy at my cost. And then plus tearing it down and then rebuilding it. So don't do that. That's going to cost you about half as much as you paid for the watch to have it redone. But that's the build. If it's going to you, congrats. I hope you like it. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out. I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.